I'm Christina Bellantoni. I am a professor of professional practice at Annenberg, teaching in the journalism program, and I've been a political journalist for the majority of my career, much of that in Washington, and a lot of that forged on the campaign trail. And I love bringing students along with me so they get a real sense of what it's like to cover politics on the ground. I really tell students, I am going to take you to cover something, and it's going to be fly by the seat of your pants, and then I throw them right into it.
I took Christina's political journalism class to Iowa for the Republican caucus. Something that we were taught in her class is just to never give up. I think that a journalist is incredibly persistent, incredibly ambitious, and incredibly determined to find that story that really resonates with all people, really. I think that's just the nature of being an American voter. Is they're not arguing over what they want, they're arguing over how they want it.
I would say one of the biggest things at Christina's class was the opportunity for students to go out to swing states and report from those swing states. We had 3 groups. One went to Nevada, one went to Michigan, and one group went to Arizona. So I was fortunate enough to be able to run to these political events and talk to voters and really understand why people are feeling how they're feeling about certain candidates. Going to these rallies and seeing these candidates, I was able to interview 4 members of Congress, which was sick.
Being able to travel with your classmates is not something that happens in every Annenberg class. That's not something that happens at every journalism school. It was such a unique experience being able to interview Congress people. My classmates interviewed Tim Walz. I was in the same room as J.D. Vance and Donald Trump Jr.
Whether it was meeting with Republican strategists over Zoom or meeting with Democratic pollsters in person, even just going down to polling stations and just talking with voters, we were able to get tons of different perspectives and learn about a wide variety of topics that enables you to not only get the journalistic skills that you're looking for as a communication student, but it also gives you the soft skills that are applicable anywhere.
I think just being on the ground in Iowa, driving around and going to campaign events really sparked a fire within me. And this past election in 2024, I was able to cover it for my job for ABC. And I just kept thinking about my first experience with Christina and how she really taught us how to cover a campaign. And she really emphasized putting the voter first and talking to the real people making these decisions at the events. And so I think I've really carried that with me in my reporting.
And so the students really start to understand what makes politics happen. It's about the people and how they feel. Part of their job in my class is to sort through it and start to understand trends and start to figure out why America does what it does, why the political choices it makes are so deeply personal. It's about their own lives, and the students were really able to interpret that and then share it for their own audiences here at Annenberg Media and then also for professional publications.
Being published in Roll Call was just so interesting because that was my first time ever getting paid for anything that I've written. That made me realize, okay, you might be around it and not in it, but it's really only a step away.
I think being able to get thrown into a community that is so outside of what you're used to and in such a divisive subject like politics, and being able to manage yourself and being able to be fair and accurate with your reporting is just so important. And I think having that opportunity to do in college just elevates you with employers, with internships, just so much more, because you're having such a high level experience and such a high level quality of reporting and opportunities that only those top outlets get.
You are also amongst real reporters for the New York Times, for all over the world. And if by chance you have an opportunity to ask a question, you need to be ready to go. The stakes are high. I think it forces you to level up and step into a very uncomfortable position, but in a way that's only going to benefit you and push you to grow. This is a course that will give you real opportunities to be a more valuable asset to a company, news organization, or whatever your dream is, and have real life experience. And I think that will set you apart. It definitely set me apart, and I'm super grateful for Christina, for the class, and for that opportunity, because I don't think I'd be standing here without it.